There's all kinds of stuff happening.
Oh my god. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
But it's like, you know.
I know. It's processing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So, welcome back.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's been a long time.
It's been a really long time.
Yeah. It's been since
October.
Yeah.
Because we haven't posted it, but we did do a podcast on the Met Gala.
Yeah.
Where we talked about the fashions in the Met Gala, but there's so many photos to go into it for the video portion that it's just...
It'll probably be up by the time
the next Met Gala happens. And then we'll be able to refer back to the other episode. Yeah.
So, welcome back to another episode of Under the Sun and Moon with Kes and Michelle. I'm Kes.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm sure you noticed something very different.
Yeah, you can see us.
Right, yeah, we are faces now. So, we
have big things to talk about.
Yes.
We do. We've been working for several months on an idea that I had. I've probably had it for quite some time.
You've been talking about this type of thing for my entire life.
Yeah.
I think.
So I've always wanted to have a store, and I've always specifically wanted to have this store on Main Street in Ravena. Because there used to be a store in Ravena called Bush's, and it was kind of like a hardware store, but you could buy other things there. And when they closed, it was like a hole. It was a huge gap, I think, in the community. We do have Persico's True Value, which kind of has taken that place a little bit. Like I go in there to pick up other things too, which is a hardware store, but like sometimes I just go there to pick up garbage bags or paper towels or...
Right.
Yeah, you never know. But specifically, I wanted a store that offered gifts. And this started when the kids were little, and I just wanted, they would come home from school and they would be like, I have a birthday party on Saturday. And I know we're in a pandemic and that doesn't happen a lot anymore. But it does still happen on occasion. And I think that once Omicron waves through, we're going to see some of those things resume again. Well, you've also got baby showers and bridal showers and Father's Day and Mother's Day and
graduation.
Graduations, all kinds of things, engagements. And when you live in a small town, the last thing you want to have to do is get in your car and drive somewhere to pick up a gift, because life is complicated enough. And when you live in a small town, ordering things online can be helpful, but sometimes it's not the way you want to do things, or it's not the easiest way to do things. It doesn't mean you're going to have it in a couple of days.
And sometimes being in a small enough town, you can't get certain things.
It's true, yeah. And we also just want something that would be a part of the community, because it's really important to us. I grew up in the town of Clemens. I lived right on Church Street, and lived in a few apartments here and there for the first 10 years of our marriage with Paul and I. And then in 2000, we bought a house on Pulver Ave when Kes was 7 months old.
Yeah.
And she lived there until she was 12. So she's a Ravena kid. That's her hometown. And there have been other businesses that have opened recently in town. There's Allie's Bridal, and there's the collectibles place, and of course there's the brewery, and the tech place right across the street from St. Pat's, and then there are other like longtime businesses like the Halfway House. And
well, we have an opening for a new business today.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
so.
Our landlord has a grand opening today
Mm-hmm.
for her new office, part of Gabler Realty, which is going to be, it's also on Main Street in Ravena. And we just really wanted to be a part of that. So that's one component. And then the other component is that Kes is a photographer. I sew, I crochet also. And we tend to live in this community of artists where we just run into a lot of people that are makers, creators, artisans. And I'm not talking about arts and crafts.
No, like we're talking about people who...
We're talking about skilled craft.
We're talking about one of our friends like makes things out of like tree trunks and like
Yeah.
just like makes wood into
Beauty.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And
So-
then like I have a friend who is an amazing painter and does a lot of beautiful things with resin.
Right.
Like
I've met people, made connections with people. I have a family member that makes earrings, with people that make other kinds of jewelry, and handmade soaps and handmade lotions. And if you love going to craft shows, because those are really the things that you like to have or you like to do, not just because you like to support someone, but there's just something about that connection with the item, or that you want something that's organic or biodegradable, which a lot of these things tend to be, or long lasting and handmade, which means that they're high skill, they're locally made, they're not imported from China or wherever else. I think that this is the kind of community that I wanted to support with the store. And instead of having my own store for the sewing business, which I could do, or instead of having just the photography business, we wanted to build this community together and have strength in numbers and bring all of these artisans together to have them be able to sell their items in the store. So it's going to be a consignment shop, which we're really excited about.
And it's going to be consignment on one half of the store, and then the other half is going to be for teaching art classes.
Yeah, so we're also going to offer classes to the community. I get a lot of people who say to me, "Oh, you crochet? Can you teach me how to do that?"
And I have a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, you're a photographer? Can you teach me how to use my camera?" Like,
yeah, or people that want to take painting classes. I've heard from a lot of people recently that are excited because they want to learn how to knit. And it won't just be us, but the experts that we're getting the products from, hopefully they'll be the ones that are coming in and teaching the classes. But we do have lots of people that have volunteered to come in and teach a class.
Yeah.
And, well, not volunteered, I mean, they'll get
paid
to teach a class.
But they've offered their services
That's
to
correct.
us.
Yeah.
And I'd like to mention this because this is like a mother-daughter team, but my husband grandmother and my husband is also going to be involved in it too. He's a part of it, and he's really excited because he doesn't do a ton of art, but he really likes being able to help with the business side of things.
And he likes being involved in that community, the creative community.
Right. So there's been people just like pouring in and being like yeah, I'm down.
We're in. Yeah.
But so
we've got just over 20 minutes left because we're trying to keep ourselves to a time frame.
Yeah, new year, new format.
New format. Yeah.
Instead of doing hour-and-a-half episodes, we're gonna keep it digestible.
Really gonna try.
Yes, we are. Even though what has our past experience brought us to?
We talk a lot.
Sidetracking.
Yeah. Talking a lot.
Oh yeah. So
we're good. We're focused for the moment.
Yes.
And so in order to get this store up and running and up and off the ground, any of you who know us know that we've had some struggles in recent years with losing Kessa's dad, my husband, and I took care of him. I was his caregiver. I lost my job while he was sick, but I couldn't get another one because I had to take care of him, and then a pandemic happened. And
yeah. And I was in school. I was doing a whole bunch of other things.
She's young.
I know.
So we're really hoping that the community will come behind us and support us. So we have launched a GoFundMe campaign,
and
which we put up last night.
Right.
And then GoFundMe took us down.
Right, because
we wanted to
say
offer,
thank you. Yeah, we wanted to offer something as a thank you for supporting us. So we were advertising for t-shirts and sweatshirts on the GoFundMe.
We can't do that.
But now it's separate.
So we're still going to do t-shirts and sweatshirts.
Right.
But we can't put that on the GoFundMe page. But the most important thing is it's back up and it's live.
Yep, it just went up again this morning.
You'll find the link in
Elijah.
this video. You'll see the link on our Instagram. If you go to our link tree, in one of our posts.
Yes.
Probably a couple of posts, definitely on Facebook, and people are sharing it.
Yeah, so we're going to reshare it just to put the link back out there because I hope it's still the same one. But they did say that it was up and active again, so it should be the same. But if it's not, you'll hear from us.
So definitely t-shirts and sweatshirts are going to be a part of this because we want to have branded merchandise too because we're super excited about that.
Yeah.
One of the big things that I'm excited about is, I don't have it in front of me right now.
But we have an example.
Yeah, we do.
Well, not an example of ours, but
this might look familiar. Oops,
there goes
making
my
a mess. So this might look familiar to some people. It's a planner.
Planner.
Okay.
It's last year's planner, but
yeah.
it's a planner.
But I've been giving Kes a planner for Christmas every year since
I was in middle school or high school.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been buying a planner every year since probably 2005 when I was in museum education.
I've never known you to not have one.
Actually, I think I had one at the health department too. I have them that go back into the 90s.
Yeah.
Wow. But I keep them because they're kind of like a journal. So anyway, one of the things that we're going to be working on this year is developing. We love planners and we love to use them, but we're always shopping around for them because we can never find the one that we want.
Like even for this year, I've started bullet journaling.
Yeah.
Because I can literally make my own.
I'm gonna grab my other one while you talk.
But yeah, I started bullet journaling because this isn't gonna take a sidetrack. But because like I can put things like expenses and keys and like the layout of the months, and I can lay out the weeks however I want and things like that. And I've never been able to have something where I can just be like, yeah, this is exactly what I need, so I have to make it myself.
So we'll post some photos.
There goes your pen.
Yikes. We'll post some photos on Insta, and they'll get shared to Facebook as well. But this is my planner that I just picked this up at CVS.
There's so many tabs.
This year, I know, like if you could just
it's
see.
so thick. There's a few C's in there.
Yeah. But this is what I do all the time with my planners. And I've just got the days laid out, appointments, all sorts of things. But I've also got sayings at the top of the page that are reminders to me, like mental notes, like you are strong.
I have a quote for
Believe
tomorrow.
in yourself. Do you have a quote for tomorrow? You don't want to know what my quote for?
I have a quote for each month.
Oh, you have a quote for
like
each
a
month?
theme, a quote for each month.
My quote for tomorrow, it's not really a quote. These are things I just note to myself. Although some of them are borrowed from other places. This is a big one for me. Experience the fear and then let it go.
You've said that to me quite a few times.
Yeah, because I need to go through like that moment of panic and then come back down and then I'm okay.
I'm going through that.
So I just need to remind myself too sometimes that I can be afraid, but I just need to go through that experience and then it's over.
Right.
For Sunday, January the 9th, I have Accept the Good, which is from the Remember Me podcast.
Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds great.
Yeah, great podcast if you have a family member with dementia.
Or if you just experienced loss in just some sort of way.
Major changes in your life.
Yeah, they do talk about grief in all sorts of senses.
Right, but they specifically it talks about family members with dementia and how to deal with those kinds of things. And that's how.
Do you Be the Tide?
I have.
That's my favorite.
Be the Tide. And I also.
Oh, there it is. I just saw it.
Yeah, Be the Tide. And what's the second part? Why do you want to be the? Why do I want to be the tide? Why do I love being the tide?
Something about boats.
Because a rising tide. You've heard the phrase, "A rising tide raises all boats."
Raises all boats. That's what
I want to be the tide because I want to raise the boats. So that's like the idea behind the store.
Yeah, kind of.
We're gonna be the tide. We're gonna raise lots of boats, not just
we're gonna raise other local artists to just excel pretty much.
So I put appointments in my planner. I don't know about you, but I'll go back and write things that happened. Like, I don't want to forget that.
It's
almost like a journal.
Things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've realized I've set up a certain, because like this is my first year doing bullet journaling. I've set it up a certain way that I've realized is not exactly conducive to what I want. So for next week, I'm going to change it up a little bit.
Right.
But usually with old planners, I go back and be like, this is actually what happened. So.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, so we're going to be making branded planners.
Yeah, so we're going to we'll probably have them out in November.
Yeah.
Definitely, but we'll have branded planners for Under the Sun and Moon. Planners that have a spiral binding, because that's really what I like.
I want something like that. I like having books like that, but if I can just flip it over and just, make it bendy.
I'll show you this throughout the year. It will become thicker and thicker. The cover won't exactly close. At some point there might be a giant rubber band wrapped around it.
Yes, I've seen that a few times.
There might be binder clips.
Oh yeah.
There will be binder clips.
There will be binder clips, yeah.
And I use different colored markers, pens, colored pencils.
I have my assortment right here.
Yeah.
The different color-coded things
if you saw the picture from Insta that I posted a couple of days ago, you could see some of those colors. So that's one of the products that we're going to be coming out with. But for now, part of our fundraising campaign is definitely taking pre-orders on t-shirts and sweatshirts. And we'll keep track of what happens with GoFundMe and make sure that we follow up with everyone.
But as of right now, we have $100.
We do. We have $100
towards our fundraiser. Yay!
Yeah. But big announcement. We were taken down, but we fixed it, and we're live again.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Right, but I just want to say it again.
Okay. Yes.
And then I'll answer my mom's phone call in just a minute. And then one of the other things that we want to talk about is not just the classes, but you'll have an opportunity to come in, and we're just going to have open classroom nights, like open artist nights.
Yeah.
Like let's say you're working on something and you just want to, like knitting circles.
Yeah.
Except it doesn't have to be knitting, it could be anything.
And it doesn't have to be guided. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, so you just come in.
You're like, hey, I need a space to do this for
pay a little bit of a
something.
fee. It's not going to be a big fee, and there'll be coffee and tea and water, and you can just hang out with other creators or just have a conversation if you want.
Or just hang out with us because we'll be there.
Yeah, and when you are around other creative people and you're able to bounce ideas back and forth, it's super helpful to help you to get new ideas, to feel refreshed, to get a different perspective.
I feel like that's kind of something that gets overlooked a lot of the time too.
It really does.
A lot of people, at least I've seen a lot in media, like a lot of people are like, you need to be in a secluded space and be in your own thoughts to be the most creative. I'm like, what if I want to bounce an idea off of so-and-so? Like, they know what they're doing.
I think you need a good balance of both. And I think that's why the open times for the classroom will be important too, so that people can have that opportunity to come in, or if they just have a question.
Right.
So things that we want to carry in the store. Can we talk about some of those products that we're looking forward to having?
We want to
We mentioned jewelry, of course.
we mentioned jewelry. We mentioned a little bit of like the wood.
Yeah.
The wood pieces, like bowls and what is it?
Cutting boards.
Cutting boards, yeah.
Signs.
Oh yeah. We also want to sell like handmade soaps.
Yep. Lotions. Beard oil. I'm looking for someone that makes shampoo. So if you're out there and you're in this region, we'd like somebody that's in the Hudson Valley region, south of Troy, north of Newburgh, preferably, but we're going to give ultimate preference to makers that are in southern Albany and Greene counties, like hometown people.
What about,
not exclusive, but
what about how far west?
How far west? The Hudson Valley.
Okay.
How far east? The Hudson Valley.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that, we won't take people from outside that area, but we definitely want to support our own.
Right.
And take people that are local first.
And then we also...
We won't have competing products.
No.
So if you make...
Or like...
if you make something, let's say you make what?
Let's say...
Resin sculptures with dried flowers. You're probably going to be the only one.
Only one in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Or we're also going to be selling like ceramic pieces too.
Yeah, but we want it to be more like housewares, like cups and bowls and things you can use.
Like fashion and function kind of things.
Yeah, well, still, it's Stefanik Land Custom Sewing. This is going to be the primary brick and mortar location for our items. You can still contact Stefanik Land Custom Sewing through Facebook or Instagram, but you'll also just be able to walk in and see some products and maybe pick up a gift for someone. I'm actually going to be doing kitchen towels and bath towels to carry in the store. Napkins, just, everyday linens. Wouldn't it be nice if you had a place in town where you could just run out and pick up that bridal shower gift? That would be great.
I feel like in terms of...
It'd be great for me.
In terms of like my stuff, like it's hard because I don't usually sell like physical products, but I'm going to be offering a lot of my photo classes through the classroom section of it. Like a lot of
But we'll also be doing cards. We'll be doing gift
Yeah.
cards, note cards.
Yeah, I'll be.
We're going to have a calendar next year, so if you're not a planner type person, but you just are looking for a calendar with some great photos of local places, we're going to, Under the Sun and Moon is going to have a 2023 calendar.
We didn't even say the name of the store.
Under the Sun and Moon Gifts.
There we go.
We're 126 Main Street, Ravena.
We're over halfway there and we didn't even mention it.
I know.
But, yeah. Yeah.
That's how much time we have left. We're just under. We have 9 minutes and 40 seconds to stay within our time frame.
Cool. Alright. So I have to sneeze. Sorry.
You should probably sneeze.
I know, I can feel it.
It's been a really stressful week for us.
Wow.
Especially last night when we got the email that they had taken the fundraiser down and we didn't understand why. I mean, really, it was an innocent mistake, but we were just like, we were gaining so much traction and all of a sudden everything went.
Yeah. And like, the person at GoFundMe that helped me was very nice and very quick about it. I was nervous because like, they're like, please allow us like 24 hours. And I was like,
24 hours?
I was like, 24 hours, okay.
That's a really long time in the digital age.
But also I was worried because it's Friday. It's next to a weekend. I wasn't sure if anybody would get back to us, and they did.
Yeah, thank goodness for that.
Yay, Elijah.
Thank you. Yes.
But
Elijah at GoFundMe. Thank you.
Yes. So that I went and I sat on my couch. I looked at my phone. I looked at the email, and I was like, right now, really? I was like, oh god. I said, okay. So I texted Mom. I was like, we need to fix this.
But I used colorful language.
Yeah, to express our frustrations.
Yeah. Maybe a poop emoji or two.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. If you've ever listened to our podcast before, I'm keeping it really clean today.
Right.
You should all be very happy with me.
This is strictly just for the sake of informing everybody and being professional. I don't know, right? I guess.
We're professional.
No, yeah, we are. We're just not traditional.
We don't watch our language all the time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wouldn't say it's not suitable for work. We don't use that kind of language.
No. But
if you don't want your kids to hear curse words, this might not be the thing to listen to all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Usually it's my fault.
Yeah, but trust me, I've also caught myself being like,
yeah. I'm gonna own that. Yeah. So this is where we are today.
Yeah. Today,
January 7th.
January 7th.
2022.
I know. It's been 7 days, and it's been
7 long days. Yeah.
But
we're excited.
Yeah,
we're super motivated, and it's nice to see all of the support that we're getting from the community. We've gotten a lot of support on Facebook, a lot of support on Instagram.
We've been getting a lot of support from our friends out of town too.
Yeah,
that's been really helpful.
In Cincinnati, we've got a lot of support in Cincinnati, in the Cincinnati region, I should say, not Cincinnati proper, but like if you're familiar with Cincinnati, like 275 and beyond.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah. Indiana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard from a coworker who lives in New Hampshire now.
A little bit of Kentucky.
Yeah.
But
no, definitely in Kentucky. I have a friend in Kentucky who contacted me.
But yeah, we've been getting a lot of support, which we are super grateful for.
Yeah.
And again, just because we are stressed out does not mean that we are not excited.
No.
I don't want that to be like.
It's a good stress.
Yes, it's a good stress.
It is.
It's not a stress where it like. It's not a stress where it's like like we shouldn't be doing this or you can't do this.
No.
It's stress isn't like, oh my god, we're doing this.
Yeah, this is real. It's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what do we got?
We got 6 minutes, Cass.
All right, how do you want to kill 6 minutes?
Oh, we got plenty of things to talk about in 6 minutes.
Oh, can you talk about your new mini-series you want to do?
My mini-series?
Yeah, your long-distance mom.
Oh, okay. I've been threatening Cass and my son-in-law. I absolutely promise.
Maybe.
I know I've said it on a podcast before, but I can do it right now if I want to. I won't, but I will take a picture of Cass's kitchen sink just to show you.
Maybe I shouldn't have suggested that you do this.
But I'm going to be doing an Instagram page called Mom Distancing. And because one of Kess's friends, I'm going to name drop right now, Dana Rooney, calls me her long distance mom. And then her other friends call me mom, probably because Kess calls me mom, and then Wyatt's friends call me mom, probably because Wyatt calls me mom.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of like advice questions, and I gotta tell you, if you're a mom out there and you're in my age group, so you're in your late 40s to early 50s or older, and you are parenting adult children, people talk about teenage years. Why does no one talk about this? And I know it might sound ridiculous to some people when I say this, but I'm single parenting adult children. And I know this is not like single parenting kids in elementary school, those single parents.
Or single parenting toddlers.
Yeah, that's a whole other higher level category. But no one talks about how hard this is. How hard it is to parent from a distance. To give them support, but yet have to watch them fail. To watch them make terrible decisions, but they have to do it.
I'm sorry.
Or to just walk into their apartment and see how filthy it is sometimes.
I'm sorry. God.
And at the same time, I live with my mom, and there's really funny stories.
Yeah.
And so, as a matter of fact, last night, about 10 minutes after Kess texted me and said to me that the email came through that the GoFundMe was taken down, my mother and I, mainly my mother, I'm her assistant, were taking apart an upflush toilet system to clean something out of it that had gotten stuck in the motor so that we could use the toilet again in the basement. So, yeah.
Or
that's the stuff that's happening.
Or like this morning when I went to go run an errand for me and my husband, I fell like 30 minutes behind my schedule because I was helping a woman in the parking lot of the grocery store get ducks out from underneath of her car.
True story.
Yeah, they weren't dead. They were alive, but they were sitting under the car because they wanted to be warm, and I had to move ducks out from underneath of the car. I can't believe these things happen to me.
They're interesting, at least.
Oh no, they're interesting. It's just like, of all the things.
Yeah. So anyway, mom distancing.
Yeah.
Instagram probably coming up soon. My mother and I want to do an Instagram page where all we do is every time we see a chair or sofa or something on the side of the road, I'm gonna go sit in it and she's gonna take a picture of it. And it's just gonna be like sitting in random chairs on the side of the road. That's a whole project in and of it. We can do a whole photography project. And we're not photographers.
I am.
Yeah.
But you and Grandma are not.
So many ideas, so little time.
Yes.
But right now our big focus is
the store.
Yeah. So welcome back to the podcast.
Yes, fine. Welcome to 2022.
Welcome to 2022. We're going to try to keep it shorter.
Yep.
Look, we're doing good. 2 minutes.
Okay, cool. But also, like, now that we're able to keep it shorter, we also have the ability for you guys to see us.
Yeah, so we're going to try this and see how it works.
Yeah.
I think eventually we're going to be, like,
zooming
on the computer and talking to each other through the computer.
Right. But this is, now that we have a better handle on what we're doing with the podcast, we're going to go about it not necessarily, like, easier, but just...
Yes, easier.
Well, yeah, easier is a good word.
Yeah, we're not editing this.
We're going to go about it smarter.
This is not getting edited.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just like...
That was one of the things that held us up a lot, was editing and putting subtitles in or captions. It'll still get captioned, but I'm not going to go through and edit all the captions right now because I don't have the time to do that.
Right. But
next time we talk, I want to talk about the store again, but we're going to talk about interns.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the fact that we're going to open up our doors to local high school students and give them a chance to see what it's like to run a business, be an artist as a professional, and get some of those experiences that they can hopefully carry on throughout their lives, because there are other opportunities out there. You don't just have to go to college, and although you did go to college for photography, but there's some people that don't,
Yeah, again, like a few of my really good friends didn't go to college, and they are thriving as artists, and I'm like, yes, go get it.
So we want to be able to support the creative community in every aspect.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was just auto-focusing.
So we're up, we're live.
Okay, we're live.
Okay, so the timer ran out.
And
the memory card filled. So we're total liars, but we are going to finish up real quick. We are going to talk next time just about interns.
Yes.
30 minutes on, not just with the store, but I'd like to talk a little bit about my history with interns and
my
your
history
experience being an intern. So we're going to talk about internships for art.
Yes.
By segueing that into what we want to offer through the store.
Right.
Okay.
So, with that being said.
Right, that was said.
And on that note, this has been an episode of Under the Sun and Moon with Michelle and Kes. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And
Thanks for watching. Welcome back. And thank you for your support.
Yes.
Welcome 2022.
Yeah.
Big things.
Big things.
Big things.